Matt. We just got out of the theaters. As you can see, we're actually still in the upper floor of this theater, mainly because it's quiet and much warmer than standing outside like we usually do. But we just saw.
Godzilla -1.
Correct.
So, we're going to try to give you non spoilers first. Reactions, like, what's your overall feeling after watching this?
I mean, I definitely really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought they did really well in it.
Honestly, I think I have a new favorite Godzilla movie. I think this one I'm going to have to rewatch some, but kind of reevaluate. But I think I got a new favorite.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I enjoyed a lot of it. At the beginning, I was a little nervous about how the CGI might look because it was a little wonky at the beginning. But as the movie went on, you could see they put a lot of love into the design of Godzilla, and he looked pretty good, I would say. Especially, you guys have seen it in the trailers when he's on the water chasing the boat. Fantastic looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
so we'll get into spoilers at some point, but we'll warn you guys, so don't worry. Sam, how did you like the acting?
It was definitely pretty good. Like, there was moments that were kind of iffy, but like other than that, it was definitely really well done. And they did a really good job, I would say.
Well, being that this was one of my first like true Japanese movies throughout the whole film, it's hard to say, comparing acting in Japanese films versus American films. There's scenes. There were scenes where they were trying to be credible as being emotional distress, which was very viable. The emotions felt real. Some of the acting kind of reminded me of Squid Games a little bit. With some of it, but no, I thought it was pretty well.
Yeah, I thought acting was good. Having watched, they're talking about Squid Games over there, but having watched different foreign language films, I thought it was really good. It was weird because you kind of go into a Godzilla movie picturing a certain type of film, and this definitely felt more Western made. Like the cinematography, the acting, the squaring up, like it was really, really just like it didn't seem like that B movie. It felt like an actual kind of like period piece with Godzilla kind of fitted in.
Okay. I was kind of confused with how you said that.
Yeah, it was weird how I said it.
It's like, I mean, it wasn't in that like kind of brownish color that most Western movies are done, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I just more like movies from the West, like Hollywood and stuff. How it's set like if you picture a Western made like period piece war film, like a 1917 or something like that. It's very similar. Like it was good, I thought. And of course, the first time the Godzilla theme came on, fantastic. You've seen the scene in the trailer, the minus the music, and the music makes it a lot better.
Soundtrack, brilliant soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. I'm going to download it tonight on Spotify or Amazon Music, Apple Music, wherever I can find it. I'm downloading it.
Yeah, the music was really well done. Really added to the momentum and the feels of the movie.
And the soundtrack kind of reminded me, since we're like bringing up other films, of Joker. It hit those parts where the music brought you into it. It's like, woo, I felt that. Like, yes, And the only other movie I got when I was watching this was kind of like, it reminded me of the Joker. Just hearing that music, the suspense in the background, you knew something badass was going to happen just based off the soundtrack, and sure shit, it did.
If we're talking about movies that I thought of, we have someone up here, that I thought of while we were doing it, was Jaws. Definitely thought of it for sure.
Jaws is another one where the soundtrack really puts you in that moment for the most part. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely scenes that you're like, you feel the tension for sure. And like Matt was saying with the music, there's a scene. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell you when it happens in the film, but it's a very kind of sad song. We'll get to it more in spoilers, but it really brings you in, and you can definitely tell they were paying homage and to the original, and trying to show that post-war Japan, like how they felt, because obviously Godzilla was supposed to be kind of like the A-bomb, the atomic bomb, and kind of their things. We also saw a lot of PTSD in here. So the the security issues are like walking around. It's okay, we're just talking about Godzilla.
But when you stare at her, it makes you more suspicious. Just
Yeah.
carry on. She was fine when she walked by and saw that we were just talking to the camera.
Alright, so we want to get to spoilers and stuff before we get kicked out. So we'll give you recommendation ratings before we get to that. So Sam, rating recommendation.
I mean, 10 out of 10. Definitely would recommend it. If you were hesitant of watching it, I would definitely go watch it. It was definitely worth it. It was awesome.
10 out of 10. Get your ticket right now. You're here, you're seeing us live. Flip over real quick to AMC. Come to AMC 24 too. They're really good here. They got the reclining seats. If you're in a theater that's not in Highlands Ranch or Colorado, stick with one of the ones that got the recliners. Made it nice. But no, highly recommend it. Definitely see it. 10 out of 10. Easy.
Ten out of 10, I'll give it. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It's fantastic. I wasn't sure. We had heard a lot of hype, so I was worried that going into it, the hype would kill the movie and it wouldn't live up to it, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Oh no, there's more. They're coming. Now they know. Oh my god.
Keegan, quit.
Keegan is going to get us kicked out of the movie theater, not us.
Well, he's going to get himself kicked in and we'll just casually stroll out behind them.
So yeah, 10 out of 10. But we're gonna go into kind of some spoilers and that kind of stuff real quick. What spoiler stuff do you want to talk about, Sam?
The heat ray was, I don't know, by far one of the best heat rays that I think I've seen in the Godzilla. The way they made it and how it basically detonated at the end was actually really tight.
Yeah, it looked like the atom bomb going off. You got the mushroom cloud and everything, and Godzilla's in this a lot. They definitely saw what people didn't like. He's not too much. It's not like you get actually good characters, and I think that's something that differs a lot from a lot of Godzilla movies, I think, where the characters are kind of secondary. This one kind of best of both worlds, where you got good characters, you got a lot of Godzilla. I mean, he shows up right away. Not the biggest fan of him in his non-mutated form before he gets nuked. But once he becomes Godzilla, it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, my thing is the way he kind of disintegrated at the end. Absolutely no flesh. It looked like he just crumbled into blocks, like he was made out of stone. But I do think the parts where he may be different than you, I love the look of him, just freshly after that heat ray, just his flesh burning a little bit, seeing that red smoldering. It's he kind of looks real badass there.
Mm-hmm. But no, I like that. I meant the first scene that he's in the beach.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hated lizard that was flesh, not flesh.
Mm-hmm.
He was all sticks and stones.
Sticks.
Stones.
Sticks and stones, right?
May break my bones right now. It was good.
So there's a death scene when we first kind of see the heat ray, like his beam, and he blows up like a neighboring kind of city. And, you know, we've been following this family that's kind of like brought together because of the tragedies. And she pushes him in and just gets blown away. And that's kind of the sound I was talking about, because it's that overwhelming like swelling of music. And I will say though, at the end, we're on spoilers, so it's okay. When she got the telegram, I was like, oh, I bet she's alive. And I was like, he's gonna go kill himself now.
Is it really a spoiler when you're live and like somebody can join right this very minute?
Right.
I said spoilers. So if
But
they had
it's
just,
live.
really-
What if,
oh,
what if
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
signs in right now?
Yeah.
well, now they're past it. They're past it now.
Yeah, now they know we're talking about the movie.
No one
Again,
has
a problem with
spoilers. If you're
lives.
listening right now, we're still talking spoilers.
Spoilers.
But what about the hospital scene where she's in the bed and you can see the like something was moving up her veins, kind of like an infection type.
Yeah,
You
I
notice
saw that on, like,
so
the neck.
is that some sort of new mutation, or like is she going to become kind of like mutation? Because there was radiation, they said,
Mhm.
in his blast. So
I-
are we going to see maybe
And it makes the
a
area-
zombie type movie? Maybe I don't know. I mean, it just was a weird thing to throw in the film.
True.
You know, so something to keep an eye on.
I mean, it kind of gave hints to the part where, like, he was obviously gonna eject the
Regenerate.
seat. No, like eject
Oh,
out of the plane.
the-
The way the pilot looked at that and like saw like what it said, it was like it was clearly it was gonna.
Well, I thought it
happen
was like a
there.
trick to get him to eject, like, oh, just pull this lever. And,
Yeah, it
and
would
then-
blow it up. Yeah.
That would have been funny had he not known it and then, like, shot up and came down, like, what was that? And
Yeah.
like, oh, we put an ejection sheet in there or something like that. But he knew in advance
Mhm.
that it was an ejection sheet. But I was kind of hoping that for the suspense of him not knowing, pulling that lever, then shooting out and being able to still come home to
Right.
what is his baby girl. He denies it in the movie, but when you have
Towards-
a baby up to
No,
toddler stage,
yeah.
that's your baby.
Tor-
He accepted
yeah,
both
towards
of them.
towards the end, I think why he didn't want to accept it was he was dealing with like PTSD and guilt,
Mhm.
Yes.
and so he felt bad, like he shouldn't be alive. Which is again, you see a lot of themes from the original coming over,
Mhm.
where these people have survivor's guilt. You know, why did I survive when they didn't? You know, and so he didn't want to have a family. And then right when he starts to be okay is when she gets taken away, and then it's just like,
He falls back into that like
Yeah.
survivor
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
again. That mentality.
Absolutely.
well, those are kind of just our early reactions and review. We all enjoyed it, I think. We're live here at AMC, but at some point we'll come back. We'll do an actual deep dive, because I think this film deserves a deep dive, and maybe we'll get Max and John back on the channel. We've done a Godzilla video with them before, and actually go in depth with this, you know. And if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. For more Culz reviews, click that link to my left. I don't know how to do it on this one. For more Culz Paranormal, click the link to your right. Don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe.
Subscribe. And switch that notification bell from personalized to all if you want to be notified on all of our upcoming videos.
And let us know, have you seen Godzilla -1? And what were your thoughts?